So you saved $20,000 and you worked really hard for it. Now you're wondering, is there even a franchise that I can buy with $20,000? And if there is one, what kind of franchise can I buy? Well, this question is not so simple. And in reality, there are opportunities out there around this price range. But if you really look in the details, you're buying more of an opportunity of something that could eventually grow into a business. And in reality, you're going to be buying more of a side hustle. My name is Joe Souza, and I am a partner here at Friendship Consultants, where we help individuals look for, vet, and eventually invest into purpose-driven franchises. The topic of our video today is, what franchise can I buy with $20,000? We're going to go into some details of the options you would have at this price range, and also some of the red flags and challenge you may have. Now, before we jump into what options are out there for franchises around $20,000, let me start by saying what you should be looking for within this price range. Within this price range, you're gonna likely end up with a owner-operator, service-based, home-based option, because you are not be able to afford anything that will require like a brick and mortar option, or an option where you have a lot of staff, or even an option that would create you any passive income. But the benefit is that you can start with a very low investment, low overhead, and a lot of potential if you find yourself in a niche where you started with a low investment but can grow into a bigger business. All right, so let's jump right in. The first option I want to bring to you today, it's Global Financial Training Program. This is a franchise that's been around since 1998. They have well over 500 locations. They are into the financial training and educational segment, which is a segment that keep on growing. One of the benefits, obviously, of this brand is that it's a very low entry, low overhead. There is no need for you to have a location. You can do remote, and they have a long track record of success. So if you like sales, if you like talking to people, and you're good with communication skills, this could be a great range for you within that $20,000 investment. Next, we have Card My Yard, and this is a fun business to be around because they are all about making your yard or your client's yard full of happiness for a specific event. So they have been around since 2017. They have over 500 franchisees, and it's really a cool concept because imagine weddings, proms, birthdays, celebrations. You know, people want to decorate their house and their yard, but they're not necessarily too keen in going and buying and doing them themselves. So they actually outsource that to Card My Yard franchisees, and you are able to make their yard look really nice for that unique celebration. So this is local market driven. So there is some labor involved. And also most of the time the people are requesting evenings, nights, or weekends. So that's something to consider. But this is another fun business, fun franchise to invest within the $20,000 range. Next, Trusted Paws Dog Training Academy. So this is a very unique and nice franchise, and they started back in 2024. They are into the pet training industry, which is a booming industry. And the cool thing about this franchise is that you are working with pets. People love pets. Most franchisees and most candidates that I work with that want to venture into the pet industry, they love pets themselves. They have pets, and they really like the idea of working with pets. We all know that this is a growing industry. Now, the considerations for this specific franchise is that they're fairly new and they have only a handful of units. So they are considered an emerging brand. So not necessarily a bad thing. But with our clients, we just make sure that we go through the vetting process, very detailed when we're looking into an emerging brand, just to make sure that they're truly validated. But also, this is where the biggest opportunities are. A lot of these emerging franchisors are able to be a lot more flexible with new candidates, which is something that you wouldn't see in a franchisor that have 500 units doing it for 30 years, right? So anybody that love working with pets and have about $20,000 to invest, this is one of the best options out there. And the last one for our list, Cruise Planners. Now, this is a name that you probably already heard. They've been around since 1999, and they have close to 3,000 franchises out there. So they're really massive. As you probably already know, they are into the travel business, and they have a huge advantage of a brand that's been around for many years. And most people immediately, when they see the name, they already know what this is all about. So people that do really well with cruise planners are people that are sales driven, because this is a commission based only approach, are people that obviously enjoy to travel, because a lot of their perks for their franchisees, it's really the benefits of travel. And you can really do this service anywhere in the world. You can be traveling yourself and still run this business. So this is a great option for anybody that loves to travel, loves the idea to help other people book and plan their travels, and have about $20,000 or so for a investment. With $20,000, you are really limited for a handful of options out there. And really at this point, you're buying yourself a side hustle, something that's gonna still demand a lot of your time. And the odds of you growing that business is gonna really depend on your capability of growing it with additional capital, or maybe just organically, but that would be a while before you can get that business from being a side hustle to something that would truly make a difference and even allow you to transition into this. So my personal opinion is that if you can save up a little bit more and get to about $75,000 to $100,000 for that initial investment, that would open up a huge amount of opportunities within franchises that could really help you escalate and ramp up a lot quicker and eventually make a transition out of your job or a different business versus starting with something at $20,000. And that's it for our video today. If you have about $20,000 or so and you want to look into options, reach out to me. You can check our webpage, friendshipconsultants.com, or email me directly, joe@friendshipconsultants.com. We can go over your options and see if it actually makes sense for you to start with something at this price range, or maybe we can build a strategy that you can improve that liquid capital and open up a lot more options. I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you next time.